Yeah, man. How big is your dick? Yeah.
Send me a dick pic,
yeah,
bro.
mine's like 10 inches, bro.
Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg Podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our savage take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of the SaVeg Podcast.
Yes, episode of regular programming.
Regular programming.
If you will.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, guys, we've recorded 2 already because we're pre-recording a bunch because we're going on our Thailand and Bali trip, which is happening in August, in a couple weeks.
We're literally leaving in 2 weeks.
So we're pre-recording a bunch of things.
Yeah. So this is our 3rd episode we're recording today, guys. So we're a little bit like
fumbling with our words.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm-hmm. But guys, we have a big announcement. I don't think we announced it yet.
No, we haven't, because the other episodes are coming out after.
Exactly. Yeah. So guys, we are doing another trip.
Oh my God. Where are we going, Rose?
We going to Costa Rica.
God damn.
That is happening in January, my friends. We are going to Costa Rica in January, and you can come along if you want to, okay? So the link to book the trip is in the show notes. It's in the description.
You'll have to
below.
Provide me the link, Rose.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
And it's going to be so much fun. We're doing a vegan trip. It's going to be a week long. We're going to do a bunch of fun adventures. We'll have a local guide.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great.
It's going to be a good time.
So if you want to hang out with us, come to Costa Rica with us, which I've never been. Daniel has been.
I have, yeah.
And you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Yes.
I had a good time.
So if you want to come with us, again, all the information, all the details will be linked below. And I believe there are still some early bird spots available. So if you want to get the early bird spots, I think there's either 3 or 4 left. Mm-hmm. And with those early bird spots, that gives you $100 off your trip.
Dang.
Okay? So if you're in North America, especially, that's a really close flight. And it's in January, so a lot of North America is quite cold. Yeah. So if you want to escape that cold and come frolicking in Costa Rica, with us,
Pura vida.
then you can sign up. Link is below in the show notes and in the description. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Did you know that's a fun fact? I think it was in Costa Rica.
What's a fun fact?
So one of the things that and again, this is when like translation isn't always a good, like you can never get it right.
Yeah.
Like, so one of the things that you would say, I think I'm like 99% sure it's in Costa Rica, but one of the things like a response to like, ¿Cómo estás? Like, how are you? Would be like, pura vida.
Yeah.
Which translates to like full life, but it's just like, you're like really like having a great day.
Life. You're having a great time.
Exactly. You're like
pura
energetic.
Vida?
Yeah.
Pura vida.
Yeah.
Okay. Pura vida.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll learn Spanish before I go to Costa Rica.
I'm actually contemplating this. Again, it's on my list of bazillion and one things to do.
That you will never do?
No, I will. Some of them I will do, Rose. Okay. Don't be shaming me, okay? On this podcast in front of this international audience.
Well, you need a little push. And that be the push that you need, maybe.
You be a pusher?
I is.
Gonna push me off the cliff? Like you almost did yesterday when we were hiking?
You need a lot of pushing because, you know.
But no, I think I want to
You're a man, you know. You need a woman to tell you what to do.
I need to find myself a nice Korean wife.
You know, like they say in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the man may be the head of the house, but the woman is the neck, and she can turn him wherever you want.
Do you love that saying, Rose?
What?
Are you going to be the neck of your household?
You have to be. The man doesn't know what the fuck he's... Otherwise, he's just a floating head. It's true, though.
I was gonna
but
say,
you have to make it seem like it was his idea.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, they get all up, all male ego-ish, you know?
Oh, God. What the fuck? I didn't even want to do this. But then when it's their idea, it's like, you're saying, like, you need to make them feel wanted. Or like, no, not wanted. Sorry, needed. So you're like, oh, I need a big, strong man to help me with this. And like, yeah, babe, I got that. I'll open that jar of pickles for you. And like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Is this what you think of straight relationships?
Yes. This is what I think of Rose doing with her boyfriend. Is just
Well,
like,
it's because it's not my fault they have such fragile egos.
oh, babe, can you help me with this, please? Yeah, babe, I got that. Don't worry, I got you.
And you know, if they can't open it, they're gonna be all fucking.
Oh, of course, they'll be frazzled. Like, nothing's more amusing, not more amusing, but like than like a guy trying to like figure something out. And it's not
then they
working,
get frustrated.
And it's like, oh, fuck, this fucking jar. Why is it not fucking opening?
Well, I would never date a man like that.
Okay.
Okay. That is so unattractive.
What? When they start swearing?
When they start getting frustrated and angry.
That's true.
I
don't think I could. Yeah, that would be hard.
Like I need a man a little bit more secure.
Yeah. Like imagine dating someone with like, it's just like a really volatile temper.
Oh, that's that's
like,
a complete, not even a red flag. What is the term? Deal breaker.
Deal breaker. Yeah.
Deal breaker.
It's not even a flag at that point. It's
not a flag. You're out of the game.
You're out of the game.
Yeah, you're out of the game.
You're fired.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Exactly.
Good riddance. No flags for you.
Exactly.
Get the GTFO. Get the fuck out.
This is Daniel, old man trying to be young and relatable.
I know. It's like, what was that?
What does that thing kids say?
GTFO. That's what they say, isn't it? It's like I like this hasn't happened to me recently, but I feel like it's happened in the past where I've like matched with someone. They're like, yeah, I'm not really on here much. So do you want to just add me on Snap? And I'm like,
do people actually say this?
Sometimes. And I was like,
wait,
no.
grown men?
Yeah.
How old are they?
Like,
because I know you like to talk to some youngins.
Okay. Oh my God, Rose.
You like some of them.
My
youngins?
cutoff is 27.
Oh, that's quite young, Daniel.
It is pretty young, actually.
That's so young.
I cast a wide net. I say 27 up to 42.
Fair. Okay, so
that's
so the 27-year-olds are like, can you add me on Snap?
No, but that's only happened. And then when that happened, I'm like, okay, you're too young for me. Like, if you're asking me to add you on Snapchat.
Oh my God.
No.
If a straight man asked me to add him on Snap, especially a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
But nobody.
Would that be a red flag or would that be a game over?
It would be game over.
That would be. I don't
even like when they ask me to add me on Instagram. I definitely prefer just ask for the number.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of people out there too on like these apps that are like, oh, this
like
is.
They want to get followers.
Yes, this is my biggest pet peeve. Don't check on here very much.
Oh,
much better on Instagram. Like, why are you on this app then?
Yeah, then fucking just date on Instagram.
Exactly.
Bitch.
Go DM people on Instagram if that's your deal. Like,
I know. No, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, if I see that,
if I see someone's like, yeah, add me on it, I'm like, no, deal breaker.
I'm much better on Instagram. Okay, cool.
That's great. Next.
Talk to you later, guys.
I mean, I kind of want to do something with you. This is very random.
Yeah.
But because you're such an old man.
Oh my God, Rose.
So I saw this
You're
video.
ageist.
I saw this video of someone. There's videos like this where there's like someone's mom or something and like her teenage daughter or something, and they say Gen Z slang.
Yeah.
And then the mom has to guess what it means. So I kind of want to do this with you.
So would I be the mom in this scenario?
You would be the mom in this scenario.
Oh God! Because you know the Gen Z
I
slang?
know I know a lot more than you do because I think because I spend time, more time than I would like to admit on TikTok.
Social media, yeah.
So I think that's the only reason why I know like half these terms.
Okay.
If I wasn't on social media, I would not know any of these terms, and I know you don't spend that much time on social media.
I really don't. So
although your TikTok time is going up.
I actually for the first time ever today hit my time limit because I put an hour time limit on it.
Oh, you hit it!
Yeah.
Oh, this is how it starts, Daniel.
And then I put a snooze for 15 minutes because you can put it for 15 minutes.
That's how it starts, Daniel.
I know. Oh,
okay,
God.
Okay, so this is a random segment, guys.
Random segment in this.
But I feel like this could be very interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to just guess what it's supposed to mean, okay? And I'll try to give examples. Okay. That one's too easy. Okay.
Well, you gotta say it anyway, Rose.
No, there's too many. Okay. I gotta.
You're just trying to give me the really hard ones, so I look
Some of these are like really easy, like cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Stan. Like that's easy.
Like I can't stand something.
No. STAN.
Stan.
Like I'm a so and so stan.
Like a fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's easy. Oh my God, some of these are so stupid. Like ghosting. That's not Gen Z.
That's
slang.
not Gen Z.
Okay,
that's
whatever.
like our lingo.
Uh-huh. Okay. Again, very easy. Oh, okay. This one I did not know.
Okay.
But I know now. Finna.
I'm done.
No. Like it's basically, okay. I don't even know how to say it properly. Finna go to the park.
I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm going to.
What?
Finna. I don't know when.
How does that even say less?
That's Gen Z, no? Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No cap.
No cap. I don't even know.
I think he's hot. No cap.
I like no other like nothing else or like
No lie. That's
no
what it
lie.
means.
Okay. No cap.
So far, I mean, it's not looking good for you, Daniel.
No, it's not. Hey, you didn't know any of these either, did you? Did you know
yes.
no cap?
Yes, I knew no cap.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I know.
you did.
I know all these so far. I even knew finna, even though it's stupid. Okay. Chuggy. I think I've taught you this one.
Chuggy. Oh, you did teach me this one, but I forget what it is.
Ew, those are so chuggy.
Like kind of gross.
Not really gross. No, that's
like
not
kind of tacky.
No, kind of, but no.
Okay, what is it?
It's like not trendy. Like something millennials would do. They'd be like, "That's chuggy."
I hate this.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I've never heard of this term, so I feel like you wouldn't know it either.
No, I probably won't.
Camp.
Like kind of gay.
Yeah, I thought that's what it meant, but no, it says something that is ironically trendy.
That's camp. Fuck? No, because camp, and what I remember, is someone's like camp. They're a bit like on the feminine side.
Yeah, that's the chuggy term for it, Daniel.
It's been repurposed.
I guess
for this generation.
Yeah. Okay. L, like that's an L.
Loser.
Nope. Oh wait. Yes, it is. Wait, meaning a loss. Yes.
Yeah.
Opposite of a W. Okay,
When.
whatever. There you go, Daniel. Oh, look at you. You're so
See,
smart.
I know some of them, Rose. Down with the kids. Add me on Snap.
Oh, drip.
Like coffee?
No.
Wait. Drip. That's. Can you use it in a sentence?
I don't even know how to use this in a sentence.
I'm about to drip.
Apparently, drip is a term for a cool or sexy trend or style.
Oh.
I don't know how to use that in a term.
I know.
Though. Like that's drip. Like
that's drip.
I don't know.
God damn.
Let's see. Oh my God. Hold on. Bet.
Say it again.
Bet. B-E-T.
Bet? Like a. Well, it's not going to be mean a regular bet. Like. That's like enough.
No. Simply put, the slang term means yes, comparable to millennial term word. Bet. Oh my God. Are we old?
We're old. It's like one of the younger guys on my team. He's always just like, say less. So you know what I started saying to him?
Say more.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Don't worry. I'll get that done. Say less. I'm like, yeah, say more.
Just imagine being like, oh yeah, like, are you coming out tonight? Bet.
Say less.
Say more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
One more.
Oh God, no. There's got to be more. Okay, hold on.
One more, Rose. One more.
I want to get a really good one then. Okay.
Like the Riz.
You know that one because I taught you.
Did you see it on there and you skipped it? Didn't
No, I saw it in a video though.
you?
Some of these are too easy. Hold on.
The Riz. That means charisma, guys. Down with the kids.
Down with the kids.
God, we're so old now.
Hold on. Let me find a good one. I think this one's easy. Bussin'. Bussin'.
Like you're busy?
It's bussin'.
Like it's busy.
No.
It's bussin'? It's got a vibe? I don't know.
It's a quirky use for when you taste something delicious. That's bussin'.
That's delicious. That'd be bussin'.
There you go on this week's episode of Talking to Grandpa. That's very chuggy of you, Daniel. We don't do this anymore.
What is it, this?
I don't know. All right, guys. So let's jump into our stories. Hope you enjoyed that little segment of trendy words with Daniel.
Yeah.
If you want us to guess more words.
Trendy words with Daniel. The most trendy person ever.
That was actually very entertaining.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Maybe next time we'll let the roles be reversed.
Yeah?
And I'll pick some hard ones for you.
Maybe you should pick some really old-fashioned words from your time.
Well, unfortunately, we would both know those words because we're the same age. So
I'm hip and happening. Thank you very much. Okay, so first story. It's a bit crazy.
Okay.
So remember last week we talked about Carly Russell.
Okay. And
that woman, yes?
For a refresher, just so I'm refreshing myself as well.
Yes.
This was a lady that she was driving down the freeway and she sees like a child on the freeway and is like, what the fuck's going on? Gets out of her car, calls, I think 911 and is like, there's an abandoned child, blah, 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 blah. Phone dies.
No, phone doesn't die. She screams. She's on the phone with either law enforcement or I think it was like her brother's girlfriend or something.
She was on the phone with someone. Yeah.
And then
screams.
There's a scream. Mm-hmm. And then the call dies.
Yeah.
And then the police get there and no one is to be found.
Her and all of her shit's still in her car. Everything's like still there. And then like 2 or 3 days later, she like shows up back at her like parents' house or something.
Yes. So that's how we left it. Yeah. And I think like literally right after we recorded that last week's episode, a lot of stuff came out.
God damn, what has happened?
Basically, so she went missing, all that stuff.
And she claimed that when she came back that she was like attacked or someone was trying to abduct her.
Well, basically. Oh yeah, so she had called 911 and then afterwards, after she had called 911, I guess 911 was like, stay there, we'll be there. And then she called her brother's girlfriend, and then that's who heard the scream. Okay? Showed up, blah, blah, blah. This whole thing went super viral. And then she came back, and everyone apparently had a lot of questions. So the issue is, now people are asking, was this a hoax?
God damn.
Like, was she faking?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
So the reason why people ask this, for a number of reasons. First of all, so apparently the police chief, they were like interviewing her a little bit. And then Carly Russell said that after calling 911, a man emerged from the trees near the highway to say he was checking on the child. She then said the man forced her into the car. And the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. So the man apparently was had orange hair with a bald spot, and she heard a voice of a woman who was with him but never saw her face. She said she managed to escape from the trailer but was recaptured, blah, blah, blah. She was forced to undress and be photographed, and then after she was put in another vehicle, she escaped again and then made it home by running through the woods. Yeah. Now, so few things that are sketchy. The reason why people are a bit like, is this real? Yeah. Number one, apparently, no one has reported seeing any sort of toddler on the freeway. Yeah. Okay. So that's a bit weird because you would expect most people, if they see a toddler, the least you would do is at least call the police or, even if you may not stop, you would expect. But there's been no actual sighting of any sort of toddler on the freeway. And the other thing is that, so I guess before this whole thing happened, this girl was working at the spa. She works at a spa. So she was leaving the spa, and apparently on the day of disappearance, she reportedly basically stole a bathrobe or took a bathrobe, toilet paper, and other items from the spa that she worked in. Yeah. Then she went to Target shortly before she went missing, bought some snacks and random things. Okay. Now, those items that she had brought with her from Target, and so she brought snacks, bathrobe, toilet paper, those were not in the car when when they found her car. Yeah. Everything else was there. Her phone was there, her wig was there. Yeah. But not the things that she reportedly took from the spa.
And she bought from Target as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So who's taking Target snacks? When you're being kidnapped, right? Yeah. So a little bit sus. And then also noted that Carly Russell drove 600 yards while on the phone with 911 saying she was watching the child. So she's on the phone and she's driving 600 yards, which apparently is very, very, it's quite far. Okay. So how is she seeing a child 600 yards in front of her? Yeah. And if she is, why is no one else seeing her?
Yeah. And was this the child at night as well? Was it?
I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was at night. I'm not sure. Either way, it's that would be very hard to see. Yeah. So she obviously called, and she's still driving as she's calling. Yeah. Normally, I would assume you would have maybe pulled over already,
stopped.
Because I wouldn't either, or you would have seen that child and you would have driven past that child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then, police said they received no other reports of a toddler walking alone. And video footage on the highway appears to show only one figure, Russell, on the side of the road. To think that a toddler barefoot could be 3-4 years old, could travel 600 yards is 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying. It's very hard for me to understand.
Yeah.
And then there's more. So there were internet searches on Russell's mobile phone. In the days before her arrest, Russell was searching for information about one-way bus tickets and how to get money from a cash register without getting caught. She also looked into whether someone had to pay for an Amber Alert, which is a program that helps alert communities when children are missing. On the day she went missing, Russell apparently searched for the movie Taken. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Which is a 2008 thriller in which Liam Neeson plays a dad who hunts down human traffickers who kidnapped his teenage daughter and her best friend. So yeah, we don't know.
God damn.
But this is the alleged, so the people are saying there's 2 possibilities.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 potential possibilities. One possibility is that she really did get kidnapped. This whole thing is true. And maybe there's some misunderstanding. Second possibility is that she was having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And she had a psychosis. And she maybe hallucinated a child, hallucinated this whole thing. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
For sure.
Third possibility, which a lot of people are saying based on her previous behavior and her internet searches, is that it's a hoax.
And that she's doing it for attention?
That's the guess, because the only other reason you do it for is money, and I don't know if they're getting money.
Yeah.
So apparently some people do this shit for attention. We don't know.
Yeah.
But,
It's such a weird thing to do for attention.
I
don't know, guys. I'm just like...
It is a thing that people do. People
people
pretend to be
do it.
pregnant.
Yeah.
People do all kinds of crazy
people,
shit.
And the people, fake abductions. People do all sorts of things.
Yeah. So what do you think based on what you've just heard?
Well, there are some very strange things to the stories. I think that the fact that she did purchase stuff, if that's confirmed, that she purchased stuff from Target. And from, had stuff that she'd allegedly stolen from the spa. It's weird. And why would, it seems like she was packing stuff to go hide in the woods for a couple days. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But then also why the fuck would you do that? I just
I
don't
know.
understand. So that's a bit weird. I don't know. I think it does sound a bit weird, the fact that there was no one else saw a child on the side of the road, because you would assume not everyone's going to stop as well, right? Some people will continue driving.
Yes.
But most people would call 911 if they were oh, there's a child on the road or whatever. Maybe not everyone would stop. Maybe, I don't know, they're going somewhere. Some people would stop, but maybe she was the first one to stop. But definitely other people would have probably seen this child.
I just feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Well, that and the searches. A little suspicious. The searches aren't, I would say, they're not damning. They're not damning evidence.
Sometimes I search random shit.
Yeah, exactly. I've searched some shit. If anyone pulls up anyone, you can make connections.
Oh, of course. If you look at my search history, honestly, some of the stuff that I'll randomly, I'll be watching a movie, and it might be a crime documentary or something. Yeah. And they'll be oh, this is what happens with the body. And I might Google it.
Right.
Oh, is that actually what happens? Is that legit? And it'll be oh, this is,
Yeah.
So there's some
But that coupled in with your kidnapping.
Yeah.
God, that's a pretty big coincidence.
True.
If you ask me.
It's that story of that guy that was Google searching how to hide a body, how to dispose of a body.
We're full on damning.
Oh yeah, that it was two.
Yeah.
Pardon me. It's mine. You might have a couple random shit in there, what happens to a body when X, Y, Z?
Yeah.
I saw it on a show or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe who's more information about Ted Bundy or something random, right? But then all my other searches are gonna be stupid shit, how do you get a stain out of a cloth, or
how long does it take for a body to decompose?
Yeah. Well, that was not in my search history.
How do you dismember a body?
Yeah, that's too damning. Yeah, that's very. How are they ever going to find out with this though? How are they going to find?
Think the police are. Well, this is another thing people have been saying is they're saying if the police, because the police probably know more than we do, right?
Yeah.
So if the police thought that this was real, then they probably would be a lot more vigilant toward the public, saying obviously there's some kidnapper going around.
Yeah.
But they haven't really said much. So I think that's another thing that people are kind of holding on to.
Being
because they're saying if it was true that she got kidnapped and they believe to be true,
yeah,
they would be warning the public a little bit more.
Yeah.
On be on the lookout for an orange or red-haired man. What is it? Orange hair?
Red-haired man, I think.
And also some people are saying that the description that she gave, which was it orange hair or whatever?
Orange or
hair.
red?
Yeah, orange hair.
A ginge, basically.
A ginge with like a bald spot is a very specific description that not many people would meet, apparently. So, maybe she wants to fake this but doesn't want to implicate anyone.
Yeah.
So, because like that's a very specific thing that maybe it's hard to find a man with that description. Which I don't know if it is.
But then also it's a unique because like there's not that many gingers out there.
I know, so they're probably just gonna find one and be like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah. So what? Oh, and she also searched, which I thought was a little sus. As well. She also searched maximum age for an Amber Alert. Because when I heard about the Amber Alert part, I was like, that doesn't really make sense because she's not a child. Yeah. Because Amber Alert, as far as I know, is for children. Yeah. It's not really for adults. But she searched maximum age, which I find interesting. Huh. But again, not really damning. She also searched for how to take money from a register and one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville. Okay. So again, could be...
Maybe she was planning a trip.
Exactly.
From Birmingham to Nashville.
Exactly. So it could... Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Searches, I'm not really sure if they're damning.
I know, this is the thing. You have to be, unless it was like so many specific things, like how to fraudulently, how to disappear, what supplies do you need to disappear for a few days, how to, like these kind of things. Yeah. It's still a bit shady. It's still a bit like weird, but some of that stuff, like I could see myself Googling. Like if I watched a show on TV or something that was like about robbing a bank, I might be like, best way to rob a bank, just out of curiosity, like. Yeah. I don't know. I think
the issue that a lot of people are upset about, like, again, we don't know if this is a hoax or not. Mm-hmm. It seems to be pointing in that direction, but we don't know. So the issue is that, so this is like one of the rare times in which a Black woman's disappearance is taken very seriously. Mm. And it, went viral, which, usually it gets swept under the rug, not as much attention on it. Right. And one of the only times it does go viral, it could be a hoax. So people are very upset about that aspect. Yeah.
She got a lot of backlash from the community.
It doesn't look good.
No.
I don't know. Like I
don't think it ever looks good when you fake a kidnapping.
But especially it's kind of like, do you remember that guy? There was like an actor that is like infamous now. He was like a Black gay actor and he faked some sort of hate crime.
Yes. Oh, what was his name?
Oh, I can find it.
Yeah, I remember him, and then it was like all over the media and stuff, and then it ended up being a hoax.
Yeah.
God, what's his name? We need to find this out.
I'll find it.
It's on the tip of my. I can I know. I can kind of see him, but I can't fully.
Jussie Smollett.
Let's see his
Jussie
picture.
Smollett. He was like I think he was like a child actor.
Can you see one without the mask?
Is that what he looks like? Hold on, let me find like a photo.
Google images. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think he was in Mighty Ducks. Was he in Mighty Ducks?
He might have been. Check his IMDb.
Oh, yeah, he was. I guess I don't really recognize this kid, but no. Anyway. It was like that kind of situation where it's like, do you got to do that?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's not like these things don't happen to gay men or Black men. Yeah. But it's like when you fake it, it kind of, it's like when people fake sexual assault,
They start saying, oh, boy cried wolf.
Yes. And it's like now the real victims are not going to get the justice.
Exactly. And they might not get taken as seriously because they're going to be like, there might be like, oh, is it a hoax?
Exactly.
Is it something else? What are you doing?
So now, it's a whole thing because now people are saying, this is just adding to this. It's just not a good situation. If it was a hoax, we don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's that. So that's story number 1.
Damn.
Story number 2. Our favorite conservative commentator, Steven Crowder.
Oh, is this
He's
more
back
about
in the news?
More about his divorce?
No, it's more interesting.
Oh.
So, title of this article: Groomer-ish. Former employees describe Steven Crowder's sexual harassment.
Oh my God.
Are we even surprised? Let's be honest. Okay. Far-right media personality Steven Crowder, who has falsely accused teachers of grooming children, of course, has been accused of sexual misconduct in the workplace. And some of his employees say he is an actual groomer. speaking under anonymity due to fear of retaliation. Interesting. 5 former staff members on Steven Crowder's show.
Well, I could see that, Rose, because a lot of women, any kind of, but specifically women, there's this fear to come forward because you know what? Not backlash from him, but like if they're working at another place, that company might be like, oh,
which is so messed up.
Is she gonna cause us trouble here?
Yes.
Is she gonna think that, oh, if I just say good job and pat her on the back, it's gonna be construed as sexual assault? That's the kind of backlash I think.
No,
they're
totally.
meaning.
Yeah, I mean there's definitely backlash that people get from coming out and saying stuff like this, which is so fucked up.
I know, it's so dumb.
So 5 former staff members on Steven Crowder's show, Louder with Crowder, accused the host of creating a hostile work environment. Unsurprising.
That's not surprising
that
at all.
That included bullying, erratic behavior, including rampant drug use. Of course, it's always the holier than thou people that do all the shady shit. Mm-hmm. And most alarmingly, according to multiple people, sexual harassment. According to text messages reviewed by the outlet, Crowder sent photos of his genitals to coworkers, aka dick pics.
God damn.
He would allegedly expose his genitals to employees, but I heard he did it to men as like a joke. That's what I heard. Now, they're not saying this, but... He would allegedly expose his genitals to employees in person so frequently that most of them either laughed uncomfortably or showed outright disgust as a way to give him the attention he sought to as a way to get him to stop.
Could you?
I guess, yeah.
Could you imagine just being
your
at
boss,
your boss, just like going around exposing his genitals to everyone?
God, I can't.
Like, no, thank you. I don't want to see any of that.
That's unbelievable.
Steven Crowder, put
Ew,
your Crowder
put your
away.
fucking.
Put your Crowder away. I don't want to see that.
The more disgusted everyone seemed, the more pleasure he seemed to get from it.
Oh,
it's like he couldn't understand that we weren't in on his joke. Mm-hmm. Another person who said they received unsolicited, unwanted images of Crowder's genitals warned that looking back at the behavior, they believe he was acting in a way he had accused others of. In the moment, we dismissed it as some sort of frat boy behavior. So this is why I believe it was men that were on the receiving end of this.
Right.
And I think that's why maybe it wasn't taken as like a serious thing, because guys are just like,
oh yeah, here's my dick.
Is that what you think guys are like, bro?
Yeah, man. How big is your dick? Yeah.
Send me a dick pic,
yeah,
bro.
Mine's like 10 inches, bro.
You're killing me, Rose. You're killing me.
Do you like my straight man voice?
I do.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with the little dick?
Anyways, so again, maybe he's a little, he acts homophobic, but we all know what happens sometimes to those people that are homophobic. They're a little homoerotic. Like, why do you have to? You got to whip out your dick? Mm-hmm. Do you have to?
Do you want to be showing it to all the men in the office? Why are you doing it?
Exactly.
You're ending up inside someone, God damn, I can't think of anything worse than sleeping with Steven Crowder.
Oh my God, he's probably so bad.
And he'd probably be so bad and just so obnoxious
bad.
And just like, ugh.
Oh yeah. Oh, it says here, Crowder, a former staff member said, only exposed himself to other men. Mm-hmm. And in regards to exposing himself in general, to my knowledge, he only exposed himself to male staffers. It happened all the time. It was a regular occurrence. Mm-hmm. It usually happened when he was in a really good sort of manic mood. While we were all disgusted by it, it was never welcomed. It was preferable to him being in a bad mood and how he treated people in that state. So basically, I'd rather see his penis than him in a bad mood, which says a lot about this person.
God damn. Is any of this really that surprising, though?
It's kind of not, actually. Yeah. Like, I wasn't, like, shocked. I was like, oh, he showed his dick to male employees.
Yeah.
Seems like something he would do.
It is, like, a very, like, frat boy. Like, you know what it makes me think of? Like, I remember when I was living in the UK and my roommate's, like, cousin or something, he was on the rugby team. And he would tell me all the stories of, like, the rugby guys would do. Oh. And it was like shit like this, like showing each other their dicks and like, just a random like
it's
weird
a little
shit.
Homoerotic.
It 100% it is.
Like
some of the stories they're telling, I'm like, are you sure those guys aren't gay?
Like yeah, because I'm not like, hey girls, like look at my boobs.
Or here's my vagine. Yeah. You want to see my vagine, ladies? Oh, take it all in. Look at it. Ooh. That's right.
Is that how you think women are?
Come look at my vagine, ladies. God damn.
Seriously, women would never be like, yeah, whatever you just did
Whip
there.
it out. Whip out your vagine. I want to see it. Is that not what you guys do when you all hang out together?
Yeah, we do pillow fights and then we whip out our vagines. Don't get me wrong. I've changed in front of my friends. You know,
but changing is one thing.
changing
Like,
is different. Like
if you're just changing to get into something else, it's like not a big deal. It's not like
Sometimes
I'm being like, hey, whoa, look at my dick. You know, like that's completely
Yeah,
different. That's completely different than me like going and like happening to get naked here because I'm changing into something. You know,
I'm crying. Oh God,
ladies, look at my vagine.
I mean. My controversial opinion, which has absolutely no factual data whatsoever,
Love it,
is that some of these men that are, again, these quote unquote hyper masculine men that are in especially these hyper masculine sports.
yeah.
Maybe they're compensating. They're overcompensating because they're maybe a little bit in the homosexual region.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think you might have, again, with no factual evidence to support this claim whatsoever, but I do feel like, especially, well, and I do agree, like a lot of guys that come out later, they felt the need to be like these hyper masculine guys when they were still in the closet because they didn't want anyone to even know.
Yeah.
Like,
to
I don't
even
want to
think.
know. Exactly. But I also think for some of the guys that end up like married and have a wife and everything else, maybe it was just that like they're actually a little bit more on the bisexual spectrum.
that could
but they
definitely
just
be
never like went there or
Yeah.
did that because they were like afraid or whatever,
Yes.
you know, like there's a stigma there. So I think you're onto something though.
Yeah,
Definitely,
I think it's true.
Definitely the most like not always like obviously, but like a lot of the time like guys that are super homophobic, like to the point where it's like, buddy, why do you care so much?
Exactly.
And they're super hyper masculine, super like into sports and just like really like, you know, one of those guys.
Yeah.
It ends up that they're closeted or they're like, you know,
Yes.
living a double life, you know?
Why do they feel the need to fucking whip out their dick?
It's like that show. Do you remember? What was it called? It was like a mini series about like gay guys in London and the AIDS epidemic.
I know exactly which one. I can't remember the name of it.
This is Sin or something or
Something like this.
something. Sin.
I don't know. I can't
And
remember.
one of the guys on there, do you remember? He was like the roommate of that really nerdy guy, and he was like all like masculine
And he was like,
like
a fucking asshole.
yeah. And then he was like
raping someone basically, or like yeah. I think it's a possibility. I'm not saying Steven Crowder is necessarily gay. I think there's a lot of some sort of issues going on.
But it sounds like there's some like it sounds like if they're doing a lot of drugs and stuff on set too, like if he's you know doing rails and stuff, like probably it would explain some of his erratic behavior.
Yeah.
Right. Like why he's so crazy and all of a sudden wired and they're like, oh, here's my dick. Take a look at it. The twig and berries. I just couldn't, like, I just can't imagine like being in a professional workplace
And just whipping out your dick.
But like also like I couldn't imagine my boss doing that to me.
Oh my God.
You know, I'd be like,
that is traumatizing.
I feel very uncomfortable here. Like
that is traumatizing.
put your dick away.
Yeah, put it away.
No one
sir.
wants to see it.
Sir, put it away.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see a fucking limp noodle.
Exactly. Just flopping around. No one needs to see that. I can live the rest of my life happily not seeing your limp noodle.
Did you have any stories, Daniel?
Goddamn, I do.
Do you? Oh, okay. So guys,
So basically here, I'll this is so there was basically there's a story revolving around a church.
are you having a manic episode?
I am having a manic episode. And basically what had happened was, I guess the news article is
I thought of vagine again.
oh God. Federal
Look at my vagine.
You got to do the movement, Rose.
Vagine.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
Like,
you even know what a vagine? That doesn't do anything. That would be for your dick when
No, I
you're
know.
like will it, you know.
when you're windmilling
Flapping
it.
about.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, the vagine doesn't do this. You
No,
know?
I know. Rose.
Some people's lips might. I don't know.
God damn. I'm actually dying right now. Oh God, the AC needs to turn on in here, Rose. I'm actually getting really hot now.
I think it's the vagine talk.
It
I think
is.
you're getting a little too excited about Steven Crowder's dick or the vagine or
It's the
something.
combination of both. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, guys.
So the story is: federal jury convicts 4 Florida men for selling bleach Let's start this again.
Too much Virginia talk.
Federal jury convicts 4 Florida men for selling bleach solution as a miracle cure for diseases.
Okay.
So, what happened? Okay.
What happened, Daniel? Tell me everything.
Apparently, the jury decided to convict a father and his 3 sons for selling a toxic bleach solution as a miracle medical cure out of a fake Florida church's website to thousands of consumers across the country.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, what did it say? It cured?
So basically, they did it under the guise of religion.
Yeah. So they had a fake website and they were like, this is a miracle cure.
We have a church.
Yeah. And it was saying, so during the trial and closing arguments, prosecutors had a lot to say about the 4 defendants.
Okay. Are they a family?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
A father and their 3
The
sons.
3 sons. Yeah.
That's insanity. Okay.
So, blah, 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 who used phony religious front on a website, the Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing, to sell $1 million worth of their miracle solution in video pitches as a cure for 95% of the world's known diseases, from AIDS to the coronavirus.
Oh my God.
This whole miracle mineral solution scheme was built on deception and dishonesty. And they created a fake church to make it harder for the Food and Drug Administration to stop them from selling snake oil. So they like did it like in a guise behind religion to try to like make it a little bit harder to
This is why you have to audit these religious organizations.
Mm-hmm. This is crazy to me. I mean, there's so many things wrong here, but like
did anyone die from any of this? Like,
I don't know if anyone died.
$1 million.
Yeah. I'm sure some people definitely got sick from it.
Yeah.
Because you're selling like a bleach solution.
Like, are they drinking it?
They must be. It's some kind of ingestion, I would assume.
That is insane.
Well, maybe there was an anal option.
Stop.
Sorry, guys. There's just too much. There's way too much going on right now. But yeah.
Okay. So MMS is okay. So basically, they were charged yada 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 after the coronavirus outbreak, and they were distributing this toxic MMS substance,
medical mineral solution, or miracle mineral solution.
Right. So basically. Oh, yeah. So FDA said it received several reports of hospitalizations and life-threatening conditions as people drank the dangerous substance. MMS is a chemical solution containing sodium chloride that, when mixed with water and citric acid, which is an activator, turns into chlorine dioxide, a powerful bleach typically used for industrial water treatment or bleaching textiles, pulp, and paper. I'm shocked no one died.
I know. And you know what else? Also, like, I'm sorry. This dad and his sons, the fact that... You okay, Rose?
I'd just be shocked.
Okay. I was like, the fact that you guys are selling a substance that you know is like basically
potentially
bleach.
Killing people.
Like, how the fuck? Where's your conscience?
They need to get... Are they getting life in prison? What's going on?
I don't know. It says that they're just been like... Does it say what they're... 12-person jury?
Well, they've been convicted, but I think they still need to get their sentence.
Carries up to 5 years in prison.
That's it? Wait a second. The jury found the 4 defendants guilty of conspiring to defraud the U.S. government and FDA, which regulates blah, 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 blah. Okay, but that's one thing. Oh, wait, there you go.
Yeah.
Additionally, the jury found 2 of the Grennans guilty of 2 counts of violating federal court orders requiring them to stop selling. Oh, so they were already told to stop selling it. And those counts carry a maximum penalty of life in prison.
I mean, these are just, honestly, guys, from this story, these are just skis bags. Like, number one, they're selling a substance to people that can kill them, right? Like already off the bat. And they know. Like, everyone knows bleach fucking kills people.
Yeah.
Number 2, they made a fake church website to entice people that are very religious and all this other stuff to buy this quote unquote miracle mineral solution. And number 3, they were told to stop selling it back in 2020 and continue to do so.
Oh my God.
Like, these are like they like remind me of like, I just envision like the really, you know, like the stereotypical like skeezy car salesman or door-to-door knife sales guy.
No. They deserve life in prison because this is like it's essentially, yes, you're not trying to kill people, but you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, maybe you didn't kill anybody, but knowingly selling a toxic substance is kind of like that's manslaughter, bitch.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like,
It's crazy that it can only carry up like this. Are these the only charges? Because it's like you there has to be more for selling something that it could be something deadly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. This is insane.
It's fucking crazy. People are pieces of shit.
Don't believe fucking religious organizations, okay? In general, but especially the like kind of weird churches that pop out of nowhere.
I always ask myself this question. And I feel like this is good advice. And this is for everything. Everything
what's
on
the
the
question,
internet,
Daniel?
everything, all kinds of stuff. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
It probably is.
It's like, all those like, oh, get rich quick with only 2 hours a day. And it's not drop shipping. It's an amazing way to earn millions of dollars a year. And it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, everybody would be doing it. Like those get rich quick schemes, any miracle solutions that cure 95% of all.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone will be doing this.
Exactly.
It would be all over the news.
It would be huge. Everyone would be like, oh my God, this cures 95% of all of our known ailments. It doesn't, obviously, and it's a crock of shit. And you just really need to question those things. And this to a lesser degree reminds me of an ad that I used to see when I was very young. It was aired here in Canada.
Okay.
And it was, I don't know if you ever saw it. It was the Canadian house hippo. Do you remember this?
Is it the thing that I think? Okay.
Basically, it was a commercial talking about how there's Canadian house hippos, and it showed like these house hippos like running around. They scurried around the floor, and they were eating like peanut butter on toast and shit. And then
I know.
But it was like, it looked real. Like they looked like real hippos. They took footage of real hippos, spliced it, did some designing stuff, so it looked like an actual little hippo running around the house, and like little tiny, like they were like the size of a mouse.
Yeah. And
then the at the end of the ad, it goes. I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically it just encourages you to question what you see in media.
Oh.
So it's like everything, it seems really real, doesn't it? But everything is not what it seems.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember this.
Yeah. So it's kind of like encouraging children and adults in a fun way to say, hey, like, let's actually, like, we can photo edit anything and video edit and do all this stuff.
You mean I don't have tiny hippos running around my house?
Well, you probably do.
I'll be rude as hell.
We should, have you not, I can't believe you've probably seen that commercial.
I may have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, things like that, like this kind of stuff. One, these guys are skis balls.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. They're fucking skis balls.
I can't believe. And the father and 3 sons,
I know.
like a family, got together and was like, let's scam people.
Yeah. I mean, if they,
that always kills me when it's like a parent that
and
like,
their kids.
and their kids. I'm like, wow, what a great family.
yeah, but generally, and this is going to sound
Apple
really
doesn't
bad.
fall.
Yeah.
far from
Like,
me.
look at some of these stories that we had. Like, I remember Soho Karen.
Yeah, that's true.
And like her and her mom was like almost just as bad as her. And I'm like, okay, well, clearly.
But it's one thing to be like a just bad person and passing that on, but like to conspire together and decide together to be like criminals, that's another level of.
And they would have been doing this as a business. Like they would have been shipping out this stuff. They would have been taking payment, doing all this stuff. Like $1 million is not chump change.
That's a lot of money.
Like, I don't know how much they were selling these miracle solutions for, but like, I'm guessing it was a shitload of miracle solutions.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucked up, guys. The other story I got for us.
More fun stuff.
It's a short one. Basically, currently right now, there is a massive heat wave in Texas.
Kind of everywhere.
Goddamn,
But
I mean, there's
in
been
Europe as well.
Yeah, Europe, there's a heat wave. We're getting a huge heat wave. And they're saying, okay, so in Austin, a heat wave has consistently pushed temperatures well above 37.8 degrees across much of Texas.
Celsius.
Yeah,
which is above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, apparently.
Damn, that'd be hot as hell. Because when we were in Houston, it was like 35.
And it was so hot.
And it was like, the heat was insane.
You couldn't do anything outside.
It was
unless you were in a pool.
Exactly. And we were just the whole time, basically. Now, the reason why this story is coming up is because I guess, there's been a few, recently there's been a few deaths, but they're also over the last like quite a few years, because Texas quite often has these like heat waves, maybe not as bad as this one.
Yeah.
But they were saying over like a quite a long period of time, like from 2000 to like 2019, there's been a lot of prison inmate deaths from
right, because they didn't have air conditioning.
Exactly, they don't have AC. So
which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
Because it's so hot in Texas. Mm-hmm. So so people have died of overheating because you would die.
Yeah, well, it says here, advocates and others have been highly critical of the lack of air conditioning in the nation's largest prison system, alleging that temperatures that often go past 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.9 degrees Celsius inside the prisons in the summer. and have been responsible for hundreds of inmates' deaths over the last years. Only about 30% of Texas's 100 prison units are fully air conditioned, with the rest having partial or no AC. Texas currently has, 128,000 inmates.
Oh my God.
Like, this is another issue. That's a
separate issue.
A separate issue in the U.S.
altogether.
is how much of their population is incarcerated.
It's so fucked up.
Like,
It's so fucked up.
It's staggering numbers.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. That's a whole other issue.
Mm-hmm.
But then, of course, the way that these prisons are set up is another fucking can of worms. Like the fact that only like less than half, we're talking 30% of these prison units are fully air conditioned.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy because it is so hot in Texas.
Oh my God, like ridiculously hot.
It's like they just want you to rot and die in prison and just like, which I don't know. Like, I don't agree that prison should be just used as this, what do you call it? Like punishment.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to rehabilitation?
Well, exactly. Well, and the thing is, the issue with the prison system is a lot of the people that are incarcerated, like, and I guarantee you a lot of these 128,000 inmates, some of them can be on minor charges.
Yes.
False accusations. Possession of like weed,
drugs.
even like
that's another big thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people are in jail because of like non-violent drug crimes.
Exactly. Just possession.
Yes.
Like having a certain amount of substance on you. I'm not saying that you should go out and be a drug dealer, but I'm just saying, like, if you have possession of a substance,
that
like,
should not warrant prison time.
should you be throwing people in jail? Like,
no, I don't think so at all.
But I really think there's an argument to be had about not legalizing but decriminalizing a lot of these.
Yes, I mean that's another whole.
That would probably
topic.
I could almost guarantee that probably more than half those inmates.
It's a lot of people.
Is drug related.
Yes, or they did something stupid one day, and like I get it. Yeah, there should be consequences, but I really strongly hate the idea of prisons being so like awful. And because people always criticize, I'm sure you've seen those videos where they show like a prison in Norway.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like a resort.
Yeah. It's like so nice.
And like, I mean, to be fair, it is very, very nice for a prison. Like, it looks like a nice home.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still can't leave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I assume so. But like, they set it up so differently than the way that we would normally see a prison. Like, when we think prison, we think concrete walls, fucking, the jail, what do you call it? The cage. What do you call it? The bars. The bars. And like, it's tiny. You pee in front of everyone.
Yeah.
You sleep on this like tiny little bed that looks like shit.
Yeah.
And like, it just looks awful. And it's like the idea that someone's going to rehabilitate living in those conditions.
Well, he's just not going to.
You're going to just make this person worse and more likely to commit crime. And it's shown if you look at the rate that, what is it called? The recidivism rate. It's the recidivism rate, isn't it?
I can't remember.
It's recidivism.
Sure. Yeah.
I may be making this up.
Yeah.
It's the rate where they are reincarcerated afterwards. So after they get out of prison, what is the likelihood that they're going to return? And in America, that likelihood is very, very high.
Well, and you know what's crazy as well about the prison system in itself? Like, again, I think that there's massive prison reform that could happen.
Yes.
But the crazy thing, especially in the U.S., because they have so many people incarcerated, it's like also just the cost of keeping a prison, an inmate in prison. So we're talking over 128,000 inmates. The cost per inmate is actually quite a lot.
It's a lot, but it's also a money-making business somehow.
I know. It's
so fucked up.
Yeah.
And by the way, it is recidivism. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Good job.
Well, some of us speak English. Anyway, so that's the story. It's quite sad, actually. I mean, people shouldn't die because they're like, imagine dying of heat.
I know. Imagine it. First of all, imagine it being 48.9 degrees in your house. Rose, that's literally double what it is right now in here.
Yeah, I would actually die.
Yeah.
I mean, you would die.
You would. I mean, you would.
You can't put people under these conditions.
Part of the reason this came up is there's this lady, Tana Southers.
Her son died.
Her son died. Yeah.
And she believes that it was because of the excessive heat in his prison, which is very likely.
Yeah.
And imagine, like, that's your son. That's your fucking cousin. That's your brother. That's just... like, again, people do bad things. I get it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they are not human beings.
Yeah.
And that they don't deserve a decent, conditions, like living conditions.
Yeah.
We don't know what her son did.
Exactly.
But like, you shouldn't die in a prison. Like, what the fuck?
Due to fucking huge, crazy temperatures.
Oh my God. It's insane. And no AC in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's criminal.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, we would have died.
I know. Like, we stayed with some friends and they had AC. Like, literally.
Everywhere has AC.
Everywhere. Like, you have
can't-
to. Like,
No.
like, I joke about Calgary, like, getting AC now because it does get really hot here in the summer.
But we can survive here without AC.
You could survive here without AC. Like,
Easily.
it would be uncomfortable for a couple weeks. But like, other than that, you're fine. But in Texas, like especially in like Houston and Austin and these places, like that heat was unreal.
Oh my God, no.
Because I feel like also because it's so humid.
It's not that humid, but I feel it is humid. It's
Yeah.
more humid than here.
35 degrees in Houston felt,
Yeah.
it felt like
It's
really
hot.
hot.
It's way too hot. No
Yeah.
way, you guys. This is unbelievable.
That was too much.
Yeah, they need to do something.
Yeah.
Anyway, next story, another doom and gloom story.
God damn, this one would be scary as hell.
Oh,
I don't
well,
like this one.
I heard this one. God damn, I saw this on TikTok and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because like, I'd never really heard of someone. I mean, let me just talk about it.
Okay.
Bodybuilder dies. Okay. This poor guy was aged 33. Okay.
Younger than us.
Younger than us. He dies after horrific weightlifting accident. So he was squatting weights in excess of 180 kilograms. And this guy, like I saw a picture and I don't think he weighs, like obviously people squat more than they weigh. That is a thing.
Yeah.
But it can be dangerous when you squat really heavily, which obviously is clearly the case here.
Yeah.
So he was squatting excess of 180 kilograms, which is like what? Hold on. Let me get it in pounds.
God damn, 180 kilograms.
It's double that.
Yeah, it will be 400.
397 pounds.
Yeah, 400 pounds.
Okay. So his name was Justin Vicky, 33. He was a bodybuilder and he died in Bali. I don't know if I think he is from Bali. I'm not sure. It says he was lifting weights, and basically it was over 180 kilograms, and a spotter watched on behind him. Okay. So he had a spotter, and then the publication claims tragedy struck when Vicky failed to complete the lift and fell forward. So he went down and then he was trying to get back up. And then it broke his neck. He snapped. The weight reportedly, oh God, it's so bad. The weight reportedly snapped Vicky's head forward, breaking his neck.
Oh my God. Fuck.
And then he was rushed to the hospital and he couldn't be revived. This is just, and he is not, like, he should not be lifting 400 pounds, I think. Here's the thing. So I saw this video and like bodybuilders were like, I'm not a bodybuilder, clearly. Anyway.
You're not?
But it's like, people lift way too heavily and it apparently happens all the time. It's like, maybe it's ego. I get that. Of course, like, you want to lift heavier each time or whatever.
To a point though,
To
I
a
think.
point, like it can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, it's like 400 pounds is, do we really need to be lifting 400 pounds? I don't know. Some of this stuff I'm like,
I know, but I think it's when you get to that extreme, right? It's like, you can like, again, it's good to like build up your squatting and maybe you get to a certain point. Once you get to a certain point, it's like, should you continue to push your body past
Exactly.
that? Like to these extreme levels? And that's when you do get into these kind of like situations where, you're pushing your body too far. Like you can seriously fuck yourself up. Like, I don't know. That's
oh my God.
sad.
It says 210 kilogram barbells falls on him. And there's a video. Okay, we're not going to watch the video.
No, I don't want to see the video.
That is disturbing.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's a video going around. Come on now.
Probably because people were like, oh, go on, bro. You can do
No, it is just sad.
Yeah.
And so avoidable. Okay.
That's what the worst part is about some of these incidences is like these are completely avoidable deaths.
Oh God. The immense weight fell on his shoulders and continue onto the, oh no.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, please, people, and like he is not like I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell because like some people can lift a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, like
he looks strong. Like
he looks
obviously.
very strong.
Yeah.
But he's not like a huge man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's definitely, I don't know. He definitely lifted more than he should have.
Yeah.
But it's just sad. Like that is
I always think, guys, and again, obviously everyone does their own thing, and some people like they get a lot of fulfillment out of doing bodybuilding and everything like that. Like from my perspective, like personally, I just like I would never like I go to the gym on a regular basis and I try to like push myself each time, maybe do a little bit heavier, but like I'm never I'm not doing
I would never do.
I would never go that far, and I would never do that much.
Oh, really, Daniel?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty muscular, Rose. Like I got some.
Yeah, but you're not into the heavy lifting.
You see those muscles on my leg? You see the
how much you bench?
God damn, I don't even know.
How much you squat?
How many?
What's the heaviest you've squatted?
Like probably around 20, 40, like 80 kilos.
Not too bad.
So, but I'm not like trying to.
Yeah, you should.
I'm doing this more to like stay in shape and stuff. I'm not doing this to like lift super heavy.
It's this again.
It's that male ego, you know? You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, bro.
How much you bench, bro?
Well, you just asked me that, Rose.
Yeah, how much you squat, man? Only 80? I squatted 200 last week.
And I benched 210, bitch.
No homo, bro.
No homo.
No homo.
Just grab my ass later in the showers, okay? Just touch it.
Anyway, it's very, very sad. Yeah. Guys, please be careful in the gym. Mm-hmm. And this is another point to say. Bodybuilding, not always healthy.
No.
Quite often, it's actually not healthy.
It's not. That look, the bodybuilder look.
It's not healthy.
It's like those people are like dehydrated.
They're usually on steroids.
Yeah, and it's just like it's not a good like. And even I've seen some like TikToks. There was this one guy. He was like he's like still young. I think he's like maybe 25 or something. But in his early 20s, he was like a bodybuilder, or he was like trying to get not bodybuilder. He was trying to get super shredded, and he got super shredded. He got down to like 4% body fat or something ridiculous,
which is so. I think it's very unhealthy.
It is, and he was like I was a 22-year-old guy, and he's like the things they don't tell you about being in this peak conditional shape or peak conditional shape,
according to the bodybuilding world,
exactly, is that actually he was like you lose all sex drive.
Yeah,
he's like I had no sex drive at all, and he's like I'm a 22-year-old guy. Like what I should be out there boning bitches. You know, and it's like
I should be out there whipping my dick out all the time,
shaking it around and finding some nice vagine. But like, and he was
no sex drive, extreme fatigue, usually because they're not eating enough, or they're only eating like protein and nothing else.
Yeah.
And just all of like it's just not good.
Yeah.
People have died from this many times, from steroid use, from just simply being way too lean, having way too little body fat.
That's crazy.
And not especially, but like even with women need more body fat than men do. But some of these women that get way too like shredded, they lose their period.
Yeah.
They're exhausted, hungry all the time.
Like that's not normal things, guys.
Like this is an eating disorder. Like this is a problem.
Yeah.
Like exercise, addiction, eating disorder. These are huge issues. And the fact that in order to go on these bodybuilding shows, every single one of those people, even if they're healthy, usually leading up to the bodybuilding show, they're doing very unhealthy shit.
Yeah.
And if that is what it takes to look the way that they do on stage, how can you say that that's healthy?
Exactly.
Because like they have to dehydrate themselves. They're barely eating anything. They have all these cheat meals planned in their head. And usually that's a sign that you're not eating enough. If you're like, I get it. Like we all have our little meals that we want to eat. But like to like imagine and envision a cheat meal, usually that happens when you're starving yourself.
Yeah.
And then usually it leads to yo-yoing and so many issues. Okay.
It's downhill battle.
Bodybuilding is just usually generally not good unless you're just doing it, like literally you're just building your body.
Yeah.
But if you're competing and stuff, and I don't know, it's not good. Okay. One last story.
Okay.
Another sad story. Fuck my life. Okay. So this is on CBC, Canadian news, but I feel like it's probably across the board.
Okay.
More people are surrendering their pets. And local animal shelters are pleading for help, of course. Okay? This pisses me off, okay? Return to office, rising costs among reasons pet owners are giving up, organizations say. You guys, so this is a Toronto story. Again, a greater Toronto area animal shelter is turning to the community for support, saying its facility is at capacity as more and more pets are being surrendered. Okay? So apparently, like, they're saying that they have an increase in demand for its food bank, which provides pet meals to owners struggling financially. So basically, most of the dogs that they have in their care are COVID dogs. This fucking pisses me off. People that got dogs during COVID thinking, I'm bored. Let me just get a fucking dog.
Yeah.
listen, people get dogs during COVID. That's fine. But it's like, you have to understand that this is not just, did they think COVID was going to last forever?
Mm-hmm.
Did they think that they were going to work from home forever?
I know, it's crazy.
And it's like, you know, you have to prepare for those potential circumstances.
Yeah.
This is not just a fucking toy you pick up at the toy store. This is a living, breathing, like, you know, dog and cat or whatever it is. Usually it's dogs because dogs require a little bit more care, I imagine.
I think they're also a little bit more expensive.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
not
don't
sure.
actually know. But I think again, a big part of this, obviously there's two problems here is like, again, a lot of people adopting animals during COVID, again, thinking, you know, like you said, like bored or whatever.
Just
and
this
then
convenience thing.
Yeah. And then not obviously being consistent with it. And it's like, we're going back to work now. Everyone's going back to office.
Did you not think you were going to?
And then they're realizing, shit, I have to still take the dog for walks and do all this other stuff. And
Get a dog walker.
Exactly. And the other side of the coin though, which is like the crazy in the last 2 years, cost of living. And I'm not saying that this is a reason to like, to put your dog up for adoption.
I get it. Maybe in a serious, very severe situation.
Yeah.
But do not get a dog if you're in any sort of
financial issues.
They are expensive.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? No.
I
Okay,
know.
because the thing is, unless something extreme happened, you are already in a probably a little bit of a shaky financial situation. I'm trying to be empathetic.
Yeah.
But I can't. When it's like you're dealing with another living, breathing, like family member that you decided to bring in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like people having children. Are you going to give up your child? Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah. Well, that's true. Actually, that's a good point. Cause it's like, if you have a child during
this
COVID
is a child.
and you're like, we can't, well, I guess you could put your child up for adoption, but that's less,
Yeah, exactly.
less likely.
Much less likely. Like, I get it. If you're so, like, something crazy happened, all of a sudden you really, really cannot take
Like
care
you
of your
both
dog.
lost your jobs.
Exactly.
And like,
But
it
again,
was-
even
shit
if
was
you
hitting
lost
the
your jobs,
fan.
maybe you should have, again, okay, fine. Lost the jobs, both of you. It was unexpected. Fine, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe put them for temporary, or like see if there's a friend that could look after the dog while you get back on your feet. There's other options.
I can't. No, I can't do it. No. Yeah, like they're like, yeah, they can no longer afford to care for an animal due to the rising cost of living in Ontario. Move. Sorry, you decided to take on an animal. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Like, this is just, you're abandoning this family member because you are financially, I don't know. Don't get a dog. Don't get a pet. If you feel that any sort of rising cost, again, we're not talking about like, oh, I don't know, you both got fucking laid off and you're like about to be homeless. Like, fucking, I see homeless people with dogs.
I know.
Homeless people have dogs, people. Okay? But like, if you are in a situation where, you know, if a little bit of the costs go up, which a lot of people are in that situation.
Yeah.
A lot of people living in North America especially are, you know, like literally 1 month away from being homeless or something.
Well, and I think we're feeling that the most now because
Yes.
not the most, but like so many people were living paycheck to paycheck, and that was before the rising costs.
Yeah.
Now the costs have gone through the roof for everything, and people are like, fuck. And then also people overextended themselves on mortgages.
They overextend themselves with everything.
Everything.
Even with getting animals.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to overextend and fuck up your own life, that's great. Okay. This pisses me off. But do not get an animal. Okay. Do not bring in an animal. Nobody told you to buy a dog or adopt a dog, do whatever. Okay. Unless you are fully ready to like take on this dog. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like, again, we're not talking about the exceptions to the rule here. We're talking about this is a pattern of behavior,
Yeah.
which clearly we can see all these people just giving up their COVID dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking pisses me off. Okay. These dogs are, and they remember everything. They know they're abandoned. It's just so sad. They do not deserve this type of treatment because you decided to get a little toy for a few months before you went back to work.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, rant over. Sorry, I can't be empathetic toward this type of situation. But
No,
people,
Rose.
it pisses me off.
And I think you're very justified in that situation, in that
I'm
feeling.
fucking annoyed. You know what? This reminds me. You know that channel that I keep watching? So this, guys, you need to watch this YouTube channel. If you have any sort of financial issues, okay, watch
Oh
this
yeah,
channel.
I remember you telling me about this
It's,
channel.
what's it called? his name is Caleb. I'm trying to get his last name here. Hold on.
Get his channel up, bros. Let's
Okay.
see it. Caleb,
I've been so this is my new channel obsession.
Okay.
It's called, his name is Caleb Hammer. And I've been like watching a bunch of his videos. Basically, I think he's like a financial advisor or something. Or like he has experience in this like financial advising.
And
whatever.
some of the stories are crazy, right?
So basically he sits down and he does usually like an hour-long deep dive into someone's like finance situation.
Yeah.
And pretty much most of them are fucked.
Yeah.
Like, and this is in the States, but like I think Canadians, similar situation probably. A lot of people are like in so much debt and and some of them like it's really sad to hear their stories. And I mean most of it's sad actually.
Oh, it's all like, but it's the crazy thing because like in conjunction with this, not in conjunction, there was a TV show in Canada. I don't know if it's Canada or the US or both. It was called Till Death Do Us Part.
Oh yeah, you love that show.
I used to love this show.
Yeah.
But also it was like really scary to that point that, you know, there's actually so many people that you don't even realize, like your friends and family and all this stuff that are like, this show used to blow my mind because I used to think sometimes I was like, oh, I should have more money saved up or I should have X, Y, Z.
It made you feel better, hey?
It did. And then there'd be people out there that have literally, and it's a shitty situation to be in, but they have $0 in their savings. They have not just like a few thousand, like like tens of thousands of dollars of credit card debt, like maxed out like 4 credit cards of 40 grand of credit card debt. Like,
oh my God.
Just insanity. And a big part of it, like some people might say, oh, you know, like people are not earning enough or whatever it is. Generally on that show, and I'm not sure if it's the same with this guy. Yeah, it's the
same here.
It's like just basically spending outside of your means. Ultimately, that's what it is. It's like if they have a budget, they just didn't work within it. They never were taught properly. You know, even in school, we're not really taught. Exactly.
No, we're not.
If we're taught financial literacy at a young age, like even in through the school system, which should be taught, just because everybody, no matter what career profession you go into, you have to deal with finances, no matter what. And it should be a bare minimum in schools. But basically, if you're not taught financial literacy at a young age, your parents are not that great with money. You don't have great financial role models. You'll fall into this trap where, you know, you're buying like Tim Hortons coffee every day, which is like, you know, only a couple bucks, $2-3. You don't think about it, right? And you keep doing stuff like this, but it adds up so much. And if you're already on a, you know, maybe not such a high income, those little changes, and people are like, oh, Daniel, like, you know, people talk about like avocado and toast and all that bullshit. That's not what I'm meaning. I'm meaning like consistently spending over what you can afford. You will end up in these situations where it's like, literally, I couldn't believe it. Like some of the debts, I was like,
I know.
And there were people earning more than me. I was
yes.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? How are you in like 50 grand of credit card debt?
Lifestyle creep.
Yeah, it was insane. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's similar. So basically, like he sits down with these people, and a lot of them, some of them, yes, they are in like a really shitty situation. But and again, I don't want to like hate the play. Like you know what they say: don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
So this is another situation where it is mostly like a systemic problem.
For sure.
Where we allow people to even have credit cards in the first place and rack up all this debt because to the credit card companies, this is fantastic. It's free money. Yeah. And for people that are good with credit cards like you and I, we're fine. We're actually benefiting from this horrible system.
Yeah.
But for most people, when they're not taught financial literacy and all of these things, not that I was necessarily taught it, but I think for some people it just comes a little bit more naturally.
Yeah. Some people are better at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, again, the system is designed for this type of catastrophe. Okay. But then you can work, but then within that system, you kind of have to be smart and you kind of have to, you know, just have a little bit of self-control.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing is self-control. Like, you know what? If you really can't afford to be getting Uber Eats every weekend,
that's the thing.
Don't do it.
They were DoorDash. A lot of these people, they're DoorDashing, and it's funny because he like yells at all.
Yeah.
But in like it's in like a funny manner. He's like, why are you buying McDonald's like 3 times a week when you can barely afford blah, blah, blah.
But the thing is too, with that though, also part of the problem is how easy it is. I could sit here right now if I wanted to. And you know what? After this, I'm probably gonna take an Uber home. But like, after talking about this, but like literally, it's so easy to order food to your house, and it's like you can add your credit card details. You don't have to do anything, so you almost don't see the money.
No, that's the point.
Yeah,
you don't see the money, and you think you have all this money. Yeah, because you have a credit card. Yeah, when really you really should be spending the money you have.
Exactly.
You think you have all this money, so that's the problem. That's one of the many problems. Yeah. And then the other problem is, of course, we have this like culture where it's like, you know, capitalist culture. There's marketing everywhere, advertising everywhere. We're kind of always enticed to buy something new. This will change your life. This will fix your acne. This will make you beautiful. This will make you rich. You are just constantly told to spend.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the lovely credit card right there for you to spend your money.
To say, hey, here you go. So, here's $5,000 that you didn't have before that you can spend now.
Exactly.
Like,
so then
shit, great.
People just spend and then they think, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so many people having so much debt, barely affording anything, yet they're still going out, buying all this stuff. This is where it's like, this is where you get frustrated because it's like, again, donate the player, but also there you do have to have some level of social responsibility, your own responsibility. There is some level of independent responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a problem that, all of these financial systems exist,
Yeah.
but some level of responsibility on your part. Okay. And it's just...
And I agree, but I think also too, going back to the financial education system and like schools,
that as well.
Like we're not even really taught about credit cards. Like because again, credit cards are such it's a necessary evil in a sense that, like, for example, if you do ever want to, who knows now with home ownership and prices getting crazy, but like if you wanted to get a house, if you want to get a loan or whatever, you need to build credit, and one of the best ways to do that is getting a credit card. But we're not taught what a credit card even means, really. Like, I mean, I know people will like get it and stuff, but it's like, you're right. Like just the ease of spending money and the ease of like not even seeing the money. Like you just don't even see it. Like you're just like tap.
Yeah, it's all digital.
Yeah.
Like nobody's really using cash nowadays.
Yeah. And I've even been guilty of this where I've been like, spending and then, kind of thought I kept track and then looked at my statement. I was like, holy fuck, I don't remember spending this much money.
I know.
Like I've had those moments. So it's so easy to do and get carried away. And I'm like, I swear I didn't spend that much money. I didn't really do much. Yeah. And then I'll like look through. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I got that. Okay. I remember getting that.
It adds up.
Yeah.
It adds up.
And I'm like,
those little things, they all add up.
Yeah. Those DoorDashes, those Uber Eats.
It's expensive. And now we have those delivery things, and it's just, people, we need to revamp this system. I don't know what is happening. Yeah. But a lot of people, they can barely afford anything. So if you can't afford things
such as dogs and
cats, do not get them. Okay. Yeah. You could do whatever you want with your own shitty finances. Okay. Yeah. But if you can't afford it, that's why they say you need to have at least 3 to 6 months or whatever of
savings.
What is a security fund or whatever, like
safety net.
Safety net.
Yeah.
But most people, I think, in the majority of North Americans, don't have it.
Well, I think that they were saying too, like the level of consumer debt, like even in Canada, it's like insane
it's
now.
Insanity.
Per person, it's like something ridiculous. I was like, holy shit.
Also, I feel like we live in this culture in North America, especially. Like this is, I think as an Asian, I could never relate to this. Not that Asians don't have this issue, but I feel like it's a lot more prevalent in North America. Yeah. It's this like nonchalant attitude toward debt.
Yes.
Like so many people.
They're just like,
oh yeah, it's normal to have like thousands of dollars in credit card debt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Or they'll be like, oh, like I have like 10,000 on my credit card right now and I have like room for $5,000 more, and like I really want to go on this trip to Cancun with my friends, so like I'm just gonna book it. Like,
yes, it's just very
it's not
nonchalant.
a big deal. Like it's just a few more thousand on my credit card, like whatever.
Yes, a lot of people on his little show is like that. They're kind of like, well, you gotta live your life.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, you are going to, and he has a saying, it's like, you're gonna die 80 on the Walmart floor.
Oh god.
Because the problem is, if you're not prepared for the future, it's like, what are you going to do?
Well, and this is the thing too. They always say like the way that you should live your life, it's like a balance, right? Like obviously none of us know when we're going to die.
Yeah. So you shouldn't live like, you're going to live forever.
Exactly. But also you shouldn't live like it's your last day.
Exactly.
You have to have a happy medium where you're still doing things, but you somehow make it work within your budget, that you're also putting money aside to save, and you're not spending on your credit card. Like the only time you should spend on a credit card is if you're going to pay it off right away.
Yes.
And you have like, if you want to, like, let's say, going back to that Cancun trip, you want to go to Cancun, put it on your credit card, but make sure you got the money in your bank account to pay it off right away. Yeah. Like you shouldn't really be spending more than what you actually have.
Yeah. It's insane. For me, it's like, I think I've missed just by accident. Yeah. Sometimes you just like forget.
I've done that.
I've missed maybe 1 or 2 like credit card payments.
Yeah.
And I like, that itself gives me anxiety.
I know.
And I also just hate wasting money on unnecessary, because credit card interest
so high
is absolute insanity. So for me to hear somebody
it's actually crazy.
talk about credit card debt like it's it's nothing. And before I thought, again, because nobody's giving us proper education on credit cards.
Yeah.
Before I thought, because I was like, what the hell is this minimum monthly payment? It's like $10. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe that is like, I was stupid. And I was like, this is many years ago. I was like, maybe that's to like mitigate interest. Because I thought, oh, maybe if you make that. But not that I ever did that.
Yeah.
But then later I found out it's just for, to save your credit score or like not impact your credit score.
But I also think I was under the impression the minimum payment is like, for example, let's say you had $1,000 on your credit card, right? Your minimum payment is enough to cover whatever the interest is, plus a little bit more to slowly pay the principal down. So like a tiny bit more. So basically, and because I remember seeing on that Till Debt Do Us part, she said, look, if you guys continue to make your minimum payment on this credit card, like let's say you never spend on that credit card again, you only make the minimum payment. She's like, it's going to take you like 20 years to pay this credit card off.
So you're saying that the reason why my minimum payment is only $10 is because I don't have any credit card debt?
Well, no, it's because like you haven't accumulated.
So like if let's say I had accumulated like $10,000 of credit card debt, then my minimum payment would be a higher number.
Yes.
So that's why my minimum payment is only $10.
Exactly. Because the way that they would work it out is because what they would do is.
I did not know this.
Yeah. This is my understanding is they would take.
Guys, none of this is financial advice.
I know. Do not take this as financial advice. It's not. But they would take whatever your credit card balance is, because essentially whatever your credit card balance is, let's say it's $1,000 and your interest is $10 a month.
Yeah.
Your minimum payment has to be at least, but it's going to be a little bit more than $10, right? Because you got to pay off some principal, right? So your minimum payment might be $11. So you pay the interest portion and $1 off the principal. And it's such a small amount that it slowly chips away. But if you did it that way, it would take you
so long
years.
And you would be paying like hundreds of dollars for like a $30 purchase.
Yes. But this is how the credit card companies get you though. They literally, the best people that they love are people that carry these big balances.
Yes, but still are paying
and try to pay it off. But they're still carrying these balances. So they're still getting these massive interest amounts. And then eventually if they do pay it off, credit card companies still made a shit ton of money off them.
Yeah. So then they like those people, but the people like us, they don't like.
Yeah.
And people that also never pay it off.
Yeah.
Because there are people like that. And then what happens to them? Do they go to like jail?
I don't really know.
No. I think they just get fucked because their credit score's fucked.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they can never get a fucking house.
Yeah, they probably have to. I think some people like claim bankruptcy and stuff.
Right.
And then I don't know, but I've heard if you claim bankruptcy, it's like your debt's wiped, or they try to clear it off as best they can, and then your debt's wiped, but then your credit score's fucked.
Like you're literally fucked
for like 7 or 8 years.
Right.
And then slowly after that time, you can start rebuilding your credit, I think.
God damn.
So it fucks you up. Like, it's not a good idea.
God. You guys, we could do a whole episode on this.
Oh, God damn,
but we have been talking for way too long.
Yes, we have.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. Let us know your thoughts on any of these issues. Yes. Was I too harsh on these dog abandoners? Let me know. Okay. In the comments down below, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up this video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, make sure you give us a little 5-star review. Those help us a lot. Make sure you follow us and give us some love over there. And once again, guys, where are we going in January?
We're going to Costa Rica.
Yeah. So if you want to join us in Costa Rica, the link is down below. There are only a few early bird spots left. You can save $100 if you book in the early bird spots. Either way, all the info will be on that page. So check it out and come with us to Costa Rica. Make sure you check out our
Patreon page, patreon.com/SaVeg Podcast for exclusive content and every episode a week early and all episodes ad free and lots more stuff.
You'd be a marketing regurgitator. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.